Imagine this. You feel drained, unfocused, maybe even irritable, and you chalk it up to stress, lack of sleep, or just a busy lifestyle. But what if the meals on your plate were quietly shaping your mood, your energy, even your resilience to stress? The truth is, the food you eat does far more than fuel your body. It has a profound effect on your mental health. Today, let's explore how nutrition influences the brain, emotions, and overall psychological well-being. By the end of this walk together, you'll see how every bite can move you closer to clarity, calm, and balance, or further away from it. But here's the bigger question. Are you truly feeding your mind the way it deserves? Stay with me, because the science might surprise you. Scientists often call the gut the second brain. That's not just poetic language, it's grounded in biology. Your digestive system has its own nervous network, the enteric nervous system, which communicates constantly with the brain through the vagus nerve. Inside your gut lives an entire ecosystem of bacteria, your microbiome. These microbes don't just help digest food, they produce neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, the same brain chemicals that regulate mood. In fact, around 90% of your body's serotonin is made in the gut. When your diet is rich in fiber, whole foods, and probiotics, your microbiome thrives. This balance supports mental stability, reduces anxiety, and even boosts motivation. On the other hand, a diet high in processed foods and sugars disrupts this ecosystem, increasing inflammation and negatively impacting mental health. So the old saying, "You are what you eat," takes on a deeper truth. Your mood is what you eat. Let's look closer at the specific nutrients that power the brain. Omega-3 fatty acids, found in fatty fish, chia seeds, and walnuts. Omega-3s build the structure of brain cells. Research shows they improve cognitive function and lower risk of depression. B vitamins, particularly B6, B9, folate, and B12, which are vital for producing neurotransmitters like serotonin. Deficiencies are often linked to fatigue, low mood, and irritability. Magnesium. Sometimes called the original chill pill, magnesium calms the nervous system and reduces stress. Leafy greens, nuts, and seeds are great sources. Vitamin D, produced through sunlight and found in fortified foods, supports brain health and is strongly tied to mood regulation. Low levels are often connected to seasonal affective disorder. Amino acids. The building blocks of proteins, like tryptophan, are precursors for neurotransmitters. Turkey, eggs, and beans help keep the brain's chemistry balanced. Together, these nutrients act like small gears in a massive machine. If even one gear is missing, the whole system falters. Before we continue, what foods instantly lift your mood when you eat them? Share your go-to mental health meal in the comments. We've covered the nutrients that help, but what about foods that quietly sabotage your mental well-being? Refined sugars. Sugar causes sharp spikes and crashes in blood glucose, leading to irritability, fatigue, and cravings. Studies also show it fuels inflammation in the brain. Highly processed foods. Foods packed with additives, preservatives, and artificial flavors have been linked to higher rates of anxiety and depression. Excessive caffeine. A little coffee can sharpen focus, but too much can mimic anxiety symptoms, racing heart, jitteriness, and poor sleep. Alcohol. While it may temporarily numb stress, alcohol is a depressant that disrupts sleep and neurotransmitter balance, worsening mental health over time. It's not about perfection, it's about awareness. Each choice nudges you toward mental clarity or mental fog. Stay tuned, because in a moment we'll look at how culture, habits, and even stress shape the way we eat. Food is never just food. It carries meaning, rituals, and comfort. For many, eating is tied to stress relief or emotional soothing. That's why we crave ice cream after heartbreak or fast food during stressful weeks. This isn't necessarily weakness. It's biology combined with culture. When stressed, cortisol levels rise, which increases appetite for calorie-dense foods. At the same time, memories of comfort foods link back to feelings of safety and connection. But when emotional eating becomes a default coping mechanism, it can trap us in cycles of guilt and poor mental health. Recognizing this pattern is the first step to shifting toward mindful eating. Researchers often highlight the Mediterranean diet as the gold standard for brain health. Why? Because it's rich in vegetables, fruits, legumes, whole grains, fish, and olive oil, all packed with the nutrients we've discussed. Studies consistently show that people following this diet have lower rates of depression, anxiety, and cognitive decline. It's not just the foods, it's the lifestyle. Meals are eaten slowly, often with family, reinforcing social bonds that also protect mental health. Think of it less as a diet and more as a philosophy of living that nourishes both body and mind. What you eat doesn't just affect mood, it shapes your ability to think clearly, remember details, and stay focused. High-protein breakfasts stabilize blood sugar, fueling sustained concentration. Blueberries, rich in antioxidants, improve memory and protect brain cells. Green tea enhances alertness while promoting calm, thanks to L-theanine. Dietary patterns can literally sharpen or dull your cognitive edge. For students, professionals, or anyone juggling responsibilities, nutrition is a hidden superpower. Now that we've covered the science, how can you apply this in daily life? Build balanced plates. Include protein, healthy fats, and complex carbs in every meal. Prioritize whole foods. Shop the outer aisles of the grocery store. Produce, lean meats, dairy, and grains. Stay hydrated. Dehydration is a sneaky cause of fatigue and irritability. Limit processed snacks. Replace chips and candy with nuts, fruit, or yogurt. Plan mindful moments. Instead of eating at your desk, take a mindful break. Notice flavors, textures, and how food makes you feel. Consider professional support. Nutritionists or dietitians can tailor plans for your unique needs. These are small but powerful shifts, ones that ripple outward into clearer thinking, steadier emotions, and stronger resilience. There's a new field rising called nutritional psychiatry, where doctors and researchers study food as both prevention and treatment for mental illness. Early studies show dietary changes can complement therapy and medication, offering a holistic approach to mental health. Imagine a future where your doctor prescribes not just pills, but recipes, where depression treatments include salmon and spinach as much as counseling and care. So here's the truth. Nutrition is not just about calories, it's about chemistry. Every meal is a message to your brain, shaping your emotions, focus, and resilience. When we eat with intention, we don't just feed our bodies, we feed our minds. If this conversation helped you think differently about your plate and your peace of mind, I'd love to hear from you. What's one food swap you'd be willing to make this week to better support your mental health? Share it below. I read every comment. And remember, I post new videos every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So stay tuned for more walks like this one, where we uncover the science of the human experience together. Until next time, take care of both your body and your mind. They are more connected than you think.